They make you the analyst and not me. Mason Williams, in and out. Marquardt cleans it up. The tap up is good.
I think that was Tout that tapped that in. So she gets credit for a rebound and a basket. I can't believe McLaughlin missed it. Back and back.
And for McLaughlin tonight, he has 14.
Mason Williams has been pretty quiet, Tony, this last 10 minutes.
Thomas steps aside, goes to McLean. Eastern Washington just one of their last 7. Marquardt, he has the range and shows why. The CEO of this team starts it off with that layup.
Brandon Whitney has had an unbelievable career, over 1,500 points scored, and only needs 3 assists to become the all-time assist leader here.
Eastern Washington, you see their starting 5 right there. The Eagles, number 9 team in the conference in offensive efficiency. Marquardt
in field goal percentage.
So important for Eastern Washington to have a good start here tonight. Went down 9-0 in one of their recent losses, down 11-4 in the other. The baseline J softly put in by Marquardt.
10-4, and as we said, the Eagles have gotten off to horrible starts during this 4-game losing streak, and they've kind of flipped the script, so to speak.
Marquardt again. Brooks finds Hartman. He gets around Malik Moore, can't make it. The tip-up is no good. Third try is good. But Joe Bridgen does very few things poorly. He's just a 56.2% free throw shooter. He misses the chance to complete the and one. Eastern Washington hangs on to the lead for now. Marquardt, the mid-range jumper, and
first one in, but went right back up and got it. Now a huge momentum swing, and the crowd really into it now.
Loose ball on the ground. Mason Williams with it. Marquardt, a three-pointer, he hits it.
Left it a little short.
Hollenbeck bullying Daberco. Step back. Oh, that was a pretty shot, just long.
Yeah, good defense by Marquardt, just walling up, not giving him anything easy, and Eastern Washington pushing the ball, needing a bucket here, down 7.
Cook on O'Neal. Great kick. Marquardt, big man 3.
And that's what he's been doing.
Can Eastern make this happen, or can they?
They got to get stops. That was the 14th offensive rebound right there. They just got to get stops and put the ball in the hoop.
They could have used more of Emmett Marquardt. Nick McLean around traffic. Good swing. Elijah Thomas, no. And the putback by Emmett Marquardt.
Oh, that was a great.
And the Eagles will reset here. McLean from the logo couldn't get it. And another good offensive rebound. That's the second big one already.
Yeah, big offensive rebound. If you're Eastern Washington, Weber State's playing so physical. You got to release that pressure with back cut or getting into him on the second push on a drive.
Great passing to Emmett Marquardt. What a dish.
That's a great.
At the horn, no. Both teams wanted the shot clock down today.
Weber State just didn't get the ball moving that time. Forced to take a tough jump shot. You know, that matchup zone just kind of put a new look on it.
Marquardt, big man 3. That's Eastern's second.
And that's
why all these home games for Eastern this year have been close down the stretch. They've been in every game, Mark.
They have. They've been. They come ready to play the second half. Say what you want about the first half, but Eastern Washington comes ready to play the second half, and Weber State in the zone now.
10 to shoot. Marquardt, big man, corner 3, and it's a tie game. Weber back into the lead.
Back in the lead, and a great shot right there. He made his last one, so he's thinking to himself, why not make the second one in a row?
Wow, what a shot. Williams trapped. Marquardt, big 3 for the big man.
Yeah, good patience.
Andrew Cook now on Langston. Cook recovers his bad dribble. And the putback there for Emmett. Lane that creased open for Marcel McCreary. Now Nick McLean taking things back. McLean was one of the names I mentioned to start this game, and he's been relatively quiet. There's a nice bucket with a foul.
Kicks it all the way across to Gonzalez and knock it down. 2 for 2 to start the game for the Vandals.
Eastern looking for an answer. Here's Andrew Cook with it as they go around the arc. Sam Stockton over to Andrew Cook. Cook drives baseline. Gets some space, kicks it to the corner. Three-pointer good from Emmett Marquardt. Coeur d'Alene's own. Over to Gonzalez. 3 on the way. That one's off the mark. And Stockton able to win the race to the rebound.
Yeah, good box out by Stockton there.
Mason Williams on the inside. Marquardt. Size advantage on Mitchell. Goes up and scores. And up with the offhand.
Yeah, Payne just using his body, going through the defender, able to finish it.
Marquardt trying to answer from deep, and does. Emmett Marquardt, his second.
When you start seeing them go in, they get a little easier.
Already 8 points for Jack Payne. Marquardt. On to McLean, back to Marquardt. 3 on the way. That's good.
Top 10 shooter in the Big Sky, 14 points a game. He is really something.
Yeah, great take there. A little bit too easy on Cook, but he got right to the cup.
This Eastern offense, meanwhile, right in the middle of the pack in the Big Sky Conference. Although they've been scoring more points a game recently, as Mason Williams leaves it off for Tyler Powell, and they'll try this again as Emmett Marquardt gets to the 10.
Switch or have to step up and guard a guard.
Here's Marquardt for 3. Yes, sir.
And that's a big 3 for...
Oh, yeah.
Until he gets back into it.
Here's Neal, the former Idaho Vandal, and a tip away by Mason Williams. Usually it's Nick McLean with the steals, but tonight it's been his teammates. Referee says no travel. What a pass to Emmett Marquardt. And he was a 64%, or rather 60% shooter this year. When they feed him inside, he usually converts.
Yeah, big finish right there with Holt being out. Just a great finish.
What a great pass to Emmett Marquardt.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a one-on-one contest, and here's Marquardt on the takeaway. Nice, Emmett Marquardt. Marquardt for 3. The big man. Knocked him out as a 10 seed. Sac State has been a thorn on Eastern's side. Eastern led this game by 8 with 5 minutes to go, and it's back to a tie. Mason Williams leaves it off for Marquardt, who finished.
As father and son, as coach to coach, and don't forget Dan's mother and Don's wife, Deanna, who has been so supportive of both.
He's still playing with tremendous confidence, no matter what his offensive numbers look like. So rain it's short here. Sam Stockton the board, outlets it. Mason Williams. Williams, with plays 3 falling down, goes to Marquardt for 3, and he rainbows one in.
They're playing a little bit more under control this year with a little bit more pattern defensively or a little bit more rhythm offensively, I mean. Nice finish by Threet there. Weber State back in their 1-3-1.
Inside Zonke. What a day for
Emmett Marquardt. Evan Otten, center circle, ball up, tipped in, tipped back, and it's going to be finally controlled by the Eagles of Eastern Washington. Sam Stockton, who played 4 years at Lewis Clark State. Looks a lot like his daddy. Yes, he does. Here's Marquardt in the paint, drives and scores. Emmett Marquardt makes it a... Here is Dylan Darling driving against Stockton, gets down on that left block, gets pinned up, needs some help, and lost the handle. Jackson Green tried to save it, and then finally coming up with it is Tyler Powell for the Eagles. Back to Stockton. Stockton. Boy, quick hands by Darling. Nearly got a steal there. Here's Marquardt. 15-footer off the, or make it, Marquardt. Another MACU three-pointer.
Connor 3 for 4 from three-point range tonight.
And the Bengals with their biggest lead of the night. 9 points here at 53-44 as we approach the 9:35 mark in this game. Williams, kick it, near side corner. Marquardt answers the triple for Eastern Washington. Double. He's got 25 points here tonight, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. But the turnovers will be a drawback there as they get it underneath. Emmett Marquardt with the easy layup.
Right in Marquardt's face and couldn't get it. The defense has been good from both squads still. Mason Williams in traffic. Great dish. And Marquardt to finish. How about the crowd behind us? Zonke's had a great first half. He'll inbound. He's got 8 points. Stockton handling. Marquardt. Big man three.
Big three. He hasn't been able to get going, but, you know, it's Cook. He's going to get going. He's going to stay aggressive. He's going to look to score, and he needs to do that for Eastern Washington.
Zonke gets open. Good give to Marquardt. Emmett up and over the freshman.
Point lead now for Northern Arizona. Eastern Washington, some scoreless possessions. Corner three, and knocking it down, Emmett. Cook into McLean. 10 seconds for Eastern to get a shot off. Williams on the back door. Marquardt with
strip. Ogbong Polo open three, no good.
Gosh, and that's a good look for the Cats. The defense collapses inside. I think they're going to go to Walker down low and find an open Ogbong Polo. Oh. Chad Miller building off that momentum from last game. 2 of 3 from downtown here in the first half. And what a big shot by him to tie this up.
Williams cut off. 5 to shoot. Little floater up and in, and the foul.
Ball move we saw from the first half by Eastern.
Ogbong Polo kind of an off-balance shot. Here come the Eagles trying to reclaim the lead. 33 all. Marquardt does just that. Huge three. He is
falls through.
And I like the decisiveness from Mims. Sometimes he can catch the ball and take his time, but get that quick jump up, get above the defender and finish him.
And great bounce from Marquardt. 2 and 1.
Yeah, Marquardt
off the bench. 6'7" sophomore out of Fairfield, California. Playing again that big 2 at the end of the first half to bring things a little closer. Marquardt right side of the hoop. Via Williams, the Seattle. Got it.
And I've been saying that the shooting woes of Tyler Murth, but I don't know if there's a bigger three-pointer shot tonight so far than that one from Murth from the corner.
Put to Marquardt for 2. A 2.
Mason Williams. Vaughn's alley-oop to Holt, misses the shot, goes down. Zeppel wanted a foul call there, didn't get it. Lean-in wing shot. Marquardt knocks it down. Listen to this broadcast because his kid's in it, but a fabulous person and a great reputation, unbelievable. But sorry, I'm ripping on you, but I'm not really ripping on you. That's who he is. It was just funny. Players would have $1 million necklace. 15. The Eagles get the first field goal of the second half. A save over the shoulders to McLean. That was Cook who made the great save over the shoulder. McLean against Bailey. Bailey none. Touch pass and a 3 on the way. Oh, this is, and becomes another player who has knocked down a 3. Bailey none misses. You know, Bailey has 7 of the Hornets' 15 points. 3 on the way in his music. So in my broadcasting right there, with the score 43-16, I was letting it simmer. But now it's 43-18 as the Hornets get a basket. And 3 ball right away back the other. Cook into McLean. Great pass. Just when the...
of their first 12 points. As we're under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Back and forth game. If you like defense, you like rebounding, this has been the matchup for you. Nick McLean picks up his dribble in a tough spot, looking for somebody, finds Stockton. Stockton crosses over. What a pass, looking like his dad that time.
There, Montana State did a good job.
Montana State has tied. They've never led. We're looking to tie it there, not able to connect.
If you're Eastern Washington, got to continue to move the ball and get good looks.
Eastern's largest lead is just 5 in the game. It has been tight the whole way. McLean, corner, open 3. Eads finally get one. McMahon driving on Cook, goes up with the scoop, can't quite get it. Stop there for Eastern after they allowed points on the first few Montana State possessions. Cook, McLean. Goes for the back cut, extra pass, Hartman, and Marquardt converts. Cats with 5 on the shot clock. Great pass on the inside. Jed Miller not able to convert as another good defensive contest by Tyler Powell. And here's McLean, dumps it off in the inside, and a bucket by Mark.
Guard heavy. Williams, Cook, and McLean all together as Marquardt misses off the board and gets it on the second chance. For Williams. The long 2-no. Hartman had it. Loose ball. And Marquardt to put back.
On the board first.
Yeah, just a quick screen from below. Not a good switch or get through on it for Eastern Washington, and Eastern Oregon gets on the board early.
Starting 5 for Eastern: Tyler Powell, Andrew Cook, Sam Stockton, Sebastian Hartman, and Emmett Marquardt as off the glass for 2.
Yeah, great move by Hansen. Just, it was a trap. He's able to get around the big guy and finish down low.
So 2 minutes into the game, we're tied at 4-all.
And this is one of those tricky games. Excuse me, Eastern Washington, you know, they're supposed to win this. They should win this, being the Division I, but you guarantee Eastern Oregon has had this highlighted on their schedule all year, playing a Division I team. So both teams have to be ready to play mismatches.
4-3, Hartman brings out, but the offensive rebound by Stockton, and 3 drop. Cook to Stockton. Marquardt, corner, 3, got it. Rebound number 5 for Marquardt. Williams feeding Hartman in the corner. Marquardt, nice find down.
Finish higher with, you know, a bye, but they don't do that, so which makes it, you know, the top teams have to play teams that have nothing to lose.
In Northern Arizona, at least right now, sitting at the top of the Big Sky. They were picked to finish 5th in both the media and the coaches' preseason polls. As
Banged up. Williams down low to Marquardt. Rattled around, second chance good, but McClark.
They're going to get him up. I love it. They're going to, hey, if they have a gap, they're getting all the way.
Speaking of all the way, Williams to Marquardt. Got that one off the glass.
And we
comes 3 to shoot. Ross, 3. Rebound by Marquardt, just back in off the bench, the big man.
Yeah, and Marquardt's going to have to keep living on those boards this game.
Hartman for the corner. Oh, what a give to Marquardt! And the big man converts.
Yeah.
Now to Zonke, back down to Stockton. Great pass to Williams. He can't finish. Marquardt, the second chance.
And we talked.
Both teams are starting to run out of gas, it looks like, as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the second half. This game is starting to go a little slower than it had been before. Marquardt, easy 2.
Nick McLean, though, AJ, he's 13 in that first half, man. He looked like a guy that, if he gets hot, could just absolutely light you up. So Washington has to find him and take that ball out of his hands.
He led Eastern Washington with the 13, who was the point guard. Soon Diallo led Washington with 10. Marquardt, jump hook.
Wow, what a nice shot, man. It was patient defense, but Osborne just went right through him. But Emmett is not going to be intimidated. Garfield's one of the toughest high schools in the city of Seattle, where he played. So he's used to playing against some tough guys and some really athletic guys. I don't like this matchup right here for Washington.
push shot. Marquardt with 2 early.
Who didn't shoot a lot of threes back then, but you could tell he's been working on it. I saw him after practice spending some extra time getting up some threes. He got that one to go.
He said you can't be a 6'8" wing in this day and age and not be a shooter. So he's learned how to shoot. And Coach Sprinkle said
preseason all Big Ten player by himself.
Osibor maybe putting a little bit of pressure on himself the last couple of games with his struggles. A little bit of a
step job of getting out on the break by Christian King.
Williams lobs it up to Marquardt. And again, that's Seattle.
Out with their starting lineup, Nick McClain running the point tonight. Sam Stockton off the bench in that role as Andrew Cook elevates. It's off. Marquardt the rebound and the putback.
Again, Marquardt, Eastern. Yeah, back-to-back. Just an easy shot. He took it in rhythm, and Woodson knocks it down.
Nice to see both of these teams hitting threes. They have both really struggled from threes so far this year. Eastern, the second worst three-point shooting team right now in the Big Sky at 32%. Cook back to Marquardt. Another three. And the big man's got it.
Inside.
That's their 4th from downtown.
Yeah, but a good kick out right there by Kaluovich. Realizing, hey, I don't got the shot. I'm going to kick it to Thomas and he's going to knock it down.
North Dakota back into the lead. Down low. Stockton gives it up for Marquardt. And he got it.
Yeah, that's Stockton flat.
You said he's the most impressive player on the floor tonight?
Yeah, he's just he's doing the little things. He's hustling, tipping balls out. He's posting up. He's getting his other teammates open. You got to have a guy like him if you want to be successful, you know, be a successful team, because you got to have guys that play for the team.
Marquardt got it up and over.
Got a smart foul right there by Eagle staff.
2 fouls now on North Dakota, 3 on Eastern. It's been a few minutes since they did it. Tight Dion Powell. Marquardt, the big man, with some athleticism and one.
And that's what.
In transition to Stockton. Powell for 3. No. Stockton corrals it. Eastern ball, they'll slow it down with a tie game. Thomas down to Marquardt. He's wide open for 2.
I didn't know if he was going to shoot that. I don't.
Sam Stockton back out there for Eastern to run point. A true passing point guard. Zonke passes down low. Marquardt finishes.
Yeah, a great guard.
Belonged to the leading scorer for the running Utes, Gabe Matson, as you look at their starting 5. Miro Little's coming off a very fine all-court game. Little 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in a blowout victory for Utah over Mississippi Valley State.
Miro Little kind of mirrors this whole team. He's gotten better from day one, Miro Little.
From the stride.
Shooting those free throws like I putt the ball mostly in my golf game. Kind of close, but they're not going in.
I can relate to that.
Any golfer can, I think.
I think you're right. Open 3 for Marquardt. Nothing but the bottom.
And he threw that one down. No indecision on that one. But like Brutus there, I mean, we talked about how bigger he had gotten in his upper body in the last year. 2 black shirts just went flying to the floor when he got that one and put it back for his 14th point.
Yeah, the weight room will give you some confidence. Stockton in with the big fellas, has to kick it outside. And there's the sharpshooter.
3 for 3 from the floor.
Yep, you'd like him. Good penetration to get the ball to the open man in the corner.
Here is Tyler Powell, a Nevada transfer for Eastern Washington. And the shot clock at 10. Nick McClain, the junior from Jennings, Florida, transfer from Daytona State College. Emmett Marquardt fires a three, and he hits.
In the business a long time. He and his dad was a really good coach also.
You went toe-to-toe with his dad over the years as Emmett Marquardt for Eastern. Julian played at the University of Hawaii.
His dad was a good player at Hawaii.
Really good power forward as Emmett.
Than the pressure that they were doing to start with.
And Dan Munson certainly knows Joe Pasternak from his years at Long Beach State. Them going nose to nose in the Big West.
Yep, a lot of games. He's a good coach, and he's always had good players.
And a three. Emmett. And the bucket. Ben Stoltzberg for the Gauchos.
Good look by Ben, and a nice little jumper from about 15 feet.
Largest lead of the night for UC Santa Barbara. Nice spin inside. That was a pretty move down low by Emmett Marquardt.
Defended by Javante Johnson, who's checked into the game. Hartman, a short turnaround, no good.
Another offensive rebound. CBU not squeezing the ball early on the defensive rebounds.
Drops it inside to Marquardt, and two more for the...
He is that glue guy.
Silverstein to Braun for two. That corner three by Eastern Washington, no good. The follow-up by Marquardt is...
And make a nice layup move. It's a 7-0 run for Washington State. McClain, no. Marquardt, offensive rebound, yes.
Bates for Missouri, again, the same five they had.
Shooting has been a topic of conversation with this Missouri team after the Memphis game, working on that, knowing they have to convert at the free throw line, especially with their style.
Missouri was 15 for 17 at the line, and they just missed four straight. Marquardt off a nice dish by
Colorado on Monday as Matthew Moncrief puts it in for Seattle.
You know, I think it was the way that they came out early. They came out swinging, and they built that energy early. They got to continue to be able to do that throughout the entire 40 minutes.
Outside, Marquardt hits it for three. Moncrief, the Georgia transfer, corrals the rebound, and they can't turn it into points on the other end.
It looks like they're making a concerted effort to rebound the ball well tonight, especially after that outing against Colorado. They're going to come out to make sure they're getting these boards tonight.
Hartman working out top for Eastern Washington, off to a 5-2 lead. Corner, Hartman driving, passing, Marquardt too.
That's a great drop off there. Going to be part of his role on this team. You know, he's going to have to score the basketball, and they're going to rely on him to do that.
Here's Hartman. He loves to drive from that wing spot. He can also pass it back outside, and Andrew Cook delivered a little broken defensive play there. Can't let him go 2-on-1.
No, you can't.
Eastern by 4, trying to extend. Williams already has 13 points. Give and go to Cook, rather than Marquardt for two. But we are back here in Charleston.
Left side, the basket. Lob it inside Malone. He was bracketed, and they knock it away and a steal and a turnover.
You got to see that weak side help there on the good defense by Eastern Washington.
Cook to McClain. Inside, layup with the right.